Therefore, he temporarily suppressed the resentment in his heart, looked at his eldest brother Philip, and said, "Big brother, I am here as a child of the Gu family, this time to defend and safeguard the rights and interests of the Gu family. 50% of the assets of our Gu family are in your name, but you are running out of time now. After you leave, I will be the head of Gu's family. Naturally, I can't sit back and watch 50% of Gu's assets flow into outsiders' names. Therefore, I hope you will start with Gu's interests. Make a will and allocate at least 80% of your assets to me and the third." After saying this, he saw Philip's face very ugly, and he said, "Brother, I am also for the Gu family, otherwise, once you die, and once sister-in-law and daughter get your inheritance will not have a surname Gu. The strength of the Gu family will instantly be squeezed out of Eastcliff's third place, and even the top 5 may not be guaranteed. You have the heart to look after the Gu family's 100-year family business, and you will be cut after you die?" Philip said coldly, "Second, let your mouth be full of peach blossoms, but in the final analysis, don't you still want my possessions? I tell you, I have already made a will. In my will, my inheritance is divided into 2, your sister-in-law inherits half, and the daughter inherits the other half. According to the law, since I have formulated the method of inheritance distribution, you have no right to intervene." Yanzheng's expression became colder, and he asked, "Are you just caring for your little family and not caring about us as everyone?" Philip asked, "So what? My family property has nothing to do with you." Yangang, the brother on the side, scolded angrily, "Big brother, have your cancer cells spread to your brain? How come you, a wise person, don't even have a brain right now?" When Linan heard this, she yelled angrily, "Yangang, you are too much." Yangang coldly snorted, "Sister-in-law, this is too much? I tell you the too much is still behind." After finishing speaking, he turned to look at Philip and said coldly, "Brother, let's take a step back and say, even if you are stubborn and unrepentant, let your wife and daughter inherit the family property. You think they are both females, would they be able to hold on to so many assets? We came to you today to solve this problem calmly. You take out 80% of your family property, and the remaining 20% is enough for your wife and child to be prosperous and wealthy. Live a lifetime, but if you are too greedy, then I can't guarantee that your wife and child will live a stable life after you leave." Philip was extremely angry, and shouted, "Yangang, you beast! Are you threatening me?" Yanzheng on the side hurriedly smiled and said to Yangang, "Oh, third, how do you talk to Big Brother? Big Brother's body may be gone at any time. If you are angry with him now and he has no time to change his will, then we are really going to draw swords with sister-in-law and niece? In that case, how can I bear it in my heart?" Yangang chuckled, "Second brother, you are right, I was too much. I apologize to Big Brother." After finishing speaking, he looked at Philip and said with a chuckle, "Big brother, I'm sorry, I just said a little bit more seriously, don't take it to your heart." Philip was smiling and saying, "But eldest brother, although the third speaks too much, but he is telling the truth. Think about it, who wants to let it flow into the hands of outsiders? If you cooperate with us, and sister-in-law and Sarah are behind you, they can still get 20%. At this point, Yanzheng's expression suddenly became very ugly, and his tone and voice became gloomy. He gritted his teeth and said, "But if you don't cooperate, brother, I may be anxious, and I will treat your family if I can't wait for you to enter the soil. The 3 are doing something. If your family of 3 is gone, all the assets in your name belong to me and your third brother. Do you understand this truth?" Philip coughed violently, and then he spouted a mouthful of blood. The whole person was extremely angry and messed up the weak essence in the body. Seeing this, Sarah and Linan hurriedly stepped forward to support him and gently patted his back. Charlie couldn't bear it at this time. Looking at Yanzheng, he asked in a cold voice, "What do you mean, if uncle doesn't agree, you will start with their family of 3? Yanzheng was too lazy to continue to pretend, and said arrogantly and viciously, "Boy, no matter who you are, there is no place for you to speak here. I have a business to do today, so I spared you your life for one transgression already. One day, at this time tomorrow, if you are still alive, Yanjeng will be a fool for so many years. After finishing speaking, he immediately looked at Philip and said coldly, Brother, since it's up to this point, then I will not hide it. I have come today and must get 80% of the assets. Otherwise, don't blame me and disregarding brotherhood with the youngest. Yangang also echoed, Big brother, you are already a dying person, what are you doing so hard? You may die soon, but your wife and children can live for many years. There is no need to let them follow you? When these words came out, Charlie was immediately furious. The blood all over his body also boiled instantly. He suddenly lifted his foot at a very fast speed, and kicked Yangang's abdomen fiercely. Yangang, Yanzheng, and the bodyguards brought by the two of them had not yet figured out what was going on. Yangang had already flown out directly. He flew out of the dining room and fell directly onto the floor of the living room. He only heard him wailing in mid-air. After landing, he immediately lost consciousness. Weiguang saw his father being kicked into the air and passed out. He rushed forward, picked him up, and asked nervously, Dad, are you okay, Dad? Yanzheng was extremely angry. He pointed at Charlie and cursed, Boy, you are so bold, you are not afraid.